Prepare yourselves for nostalgia overload. It's back.
I have reinforcements on their way to you. Pull that base apart.
We've discovered a strange property. On a large scale, the event could be catastrophic. Get me one of these missiles, Commander.
Okay, so it's not technically Command & Conquer, it's not Westwood Studios, and it's definitely not EA. No, this is Tempest Rising, developed by Slipgate Ironworks and 2B Games. But don't let that fool you, this essentially is Command & Conquer, and so far, it ticks every single old school RTS box. Command centres, harvesters, silos, exploding barrels, power plants, base defences, troop number limits and build orders, all done through that iconic right side menu. It's as if Red Alert and Generals had a secret love child and now it's come of age. I think we can agree that it certainly looks like Command & Conquer, but does it play and feel like Command & Conquer? Well, in short, yes. It really does. And that shouldn't be a surprise really, because the developers have been snatching up all kinds of talent. Talent like CNC legend Frank Lepecki, who was responsible for composing some of the series' most iconic music. And yes, that does include the awesome Hell March. The gritty cutscenes, the maps, the mission objectives, the unit selection, and the rock paper scissors combat all feel like a beautifully upscaled modern Command & Conquer, with some pretty cool new additions. I really like these new drone operator units. They're fantastic for scouting, the drones respawn if they get taken out, and they pack an absolute mega punch when there's a few of them together. And now, thanks to a freshly updated website, we have a comprehensive rundown of units, buildings, support powers and tech trees. There will be a link in the description below to view all of this, but you can see that the developers are really trying to put their own stamp on the game. They don't just want a Command & Conquer clone. It'll be really interesting to see how these ideas play out in the full release. In terms of campaign story, it has all the hallmarks of a classic RTS. Opposing factions are fighting over the control of territory and a finite resource. Not Tiberium this time, but a potent and valuable plant called Tempest, which started to appear from the cracks of the earth following a nuclear holocaust. What's really interesting about Tempest is that because it's a plant, it can grow back once it's harvested. But how it grows back will depend on the proximity of the plant's vines to the Tempest's pods. Also, if the Tempest is left to mature, it'll become more valuable when harvested. Both of these attributes alone have the potential to open up some pretty interesting tactics on the battlefield. Tempest also causes adverse effects on vehicles, reducing movement and attack speed, eventually disabling them if they spend too much time amongst the red. There are 3 factions within the game: the GDF or Global Defense Force, aka the good guys, the Tempest Dynasty, a group of predominantly European and Asian nations that suffered most from the war and who opposed the occupation by the GDF, aka the bad guys, and another currently unknown faction that are yet to be revealed. I really get the impression that they are desperate for this project to stay true to all the things we loved about those early RTS games of the 90s and the noughties. To me, this is all really positive stuff, and that, combined with the playable demo, has got me, for the first time in a very long time, really hyped about an RTS game. The demo, which is still freely available on Steam, allows you to play the first campaign mission of the GDF and Tempest Dynasty. The missions aren't long, but they are enough to give you a good taste of things to come. You get to experience ground units, both infantry and vehicle. You get to do a little bit of base building, some base defense, some harvesting, and of course some combat. Each mission is about 20 minutes or so, and if you want to make things a little bit more interesting for yourself, you can try and do it without losing a single unit. Personally, I've played through the GDF mission a number of times just because I've enjoyed playing that drone unit so much. It's got me particularly looking forward to playing the assassin version of the drone unit, which will come in the full game. There is one thing about the demo that might slightly split opinions, and that is the general speed of the gameplay. It just felt a little bit slower than I remembered Command & Conquer being, to the point that I reinstalled Generals and Red Alert. Sure enough, it did feel a little bit more sluggish, but as a turtler and base builder, that's absolutely fine by me. The days of quick GLA tactical rushes are well and truly behind me. It's definitely an age thing.
This is hard work.
So if you were a fan of Westwood Studios, or to be fair, some of EA's earlier renditions of Command & Conquer, or you just want to relive some of those glorious good old days, then this is a game you need to check out for yourselves. It doesn't have a solid release date yet, but it does still say 2023, so hopefully that means it's rather imminent. Please let me know what you think in the comments section below, and stick around for more Tempest Rising content in the future, because this game is going to be one to watch.
Show me.
Gather the Tempest and get out.
Send the data now!